Berwick gradually wore down Boroughmuir and thoroughly deserved their win. Their forwards defended when needed and their backs enterprising. If anything, the points margin could have been much wider. But they are undoubtedly slow starters. When Alistair Bain pinned back their early lead, it was only then the home side took charge. They led 19-5 at half-time. Aidan Rosie with 2 tries, 1 from Nathan Melrose, and Jack Webster kicking 2, 3 in total. After the interval, Alex Orr charged down a kick for the bonus point try, before Aidan Rose's fine burst set up James Thompson. Boroughmuir never gave up, and even when beaten showed plenty of spirit. Berwick 31, Boroughmuir 5. Paul, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was probably a tougher game than the scoreline suggested, Micki, but look, first game back, we had a number of weeks off before Christmas. Very pleased, 5 points in the bag and just starts the second half of the season off nicely.
Nip and tuck in the early stages, but you gradually wore them down.
Yeah, I mean the first couple of scrums we thought, this might be, a real area of confrontation. To be honest, we got the upper hand though, and then for me the pleasing thing is, we've talked about it all season, was when we get on top, it's a bit of the foot in the neck and we keep going and we drive, and you can see that the kind of dominance from the scrum spreads to the line outs, it spreads to the breakdown, and really once the pack got on top, it just gave our backs the freedom to do what they do best, and that's running tries from everywhere. So very pleasing performance, definitely.
I mean, territory wise you dominated. It wasn't until about halfway through the second half they got into your half.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's a really hard corner, that bottom corner, when it switches. We knew the wind was going that way, so weathered the storm first half, got through the first half, and then really it's about putting them in that corner and just not letting them out cheaply. So emphasis was on no silly penalties, no offsides, anything like that. Just hold our defence, trust in it, and then let them kick possession back to us, and we'll work our way back. And I think that's what you seen there, was that we continually put ourselves back in the right positions. Yes, were we probably as clinical as we wanted to be? I would say no. We probably should have had a few more tries when we were in those positions. But ultimately, 31-5, if you'd offered me that before the game, not a problem, definitely.
Would you say that was one of your best displays of the season?
It was up there. I mean, we always back ourselves at home. I think there's a few boys maybe up for it on Ladies' Day. A few of the single lads wanting to put in a performance on Ladies' Day, but we've probably had better displays than that. Like I say, we were very rusty at the start. Probably good in the middle of the game, and then towards the end it got a bit disjointed, where we maybe fell off again. But overall very happy.
Probably a bit harsh on yourselves there, really, because you were that far in front. You were dominating play in the second half. They hardly they got into your half, didn't they? It was about 20 minutes into it.
We always felt in control, and I think we showed we were in control. But we do set high standards, and we want to be on top for the full 80, not just for 10 minutes here and there. It's certainly a very happy change room. We're not saying there's any negatives out of that, really. A few little work-ons, but like I say, I've said it before, very happy, yeah.
Such a crazy division. 5 go down, yet at the start of play you were 9th, only 2 points away from 5th.
It's one of those seasons, isn't it? On a normal season you'd be sitting maybe where we are now, breathing a bit easier than we are. But it just means we've got to be focused every week. We really want to target our home games and win those. We want to kick off 2023 with a home win, which we have done. That's all we can do. It's just focus on ourselves. We can't change what other teams are going to do in the league. Make sure we win our games, and we'll see where we end up.
Pretty disappointed. I thought we were in it for most of the game, or for first half in general there was parity, and then second half we gave them kind of a 15-minute spell where we didn't exit well enough, didn't get out our 22, and made it very hard for ourselves, and they capitalised on that pretty well.
Did you feel as though the ascendancy was coming your way when you got that reply try?
Absolutely. We were playing kind of down the hill, and we were playing quite well, and passes were going to hand, and when that happens we're a pretty dangerous team, and we kind of started to make handling errors, kick the ball away maybe not in the right area, try and force out of our 22 a little bit more, and it just caught up with us.
It's going to be a real scrap, isn't it, with 5 going down? You're not giving up at all?
No, not at all. We've got, because of how the start of the season went, we've got 8 home games left, so we're really targeting those and a couple of away games where we really feel that we can put something together. So no giving up at all. We're ready for the fight and we're excited about it.
Good to get back on the road with boys. had a big Christmas and good to get the cobwebs blown out. But yeah, it was a good win. Good to get back 5 points too.
It was a tight community out there, isn't it? When you consider Berwick, you know, you sort of grow up together, you play together.
I think that's what makes us the kind of team we are. We all know each other, we're best pals. You know, Tuesday, Thursdays, Saturdays, you're coming to see your good pals. I think that's what just knits us as a close team.
Can I ask you what the big difference is as a forward coming into this division?
It's just pure size. You come up to boys who are much taller, much larger. We're not. I wouldn't say we're the biggest pack, but somehow we up front and we can smash boys back, it helps us in big ways. So yeah.
I mean, you have defended stoutly at times. You go back to the Peebles match. I mean, that was a close score, but you defended. I mean, there's a lot of work goes in.
I think it's just pure grit from the boys. We know when we're under the cush that when we've got to work, we've got to work. We all work together. You know, the boy to your left is going to work, the boy to your right's going to work. So I think that just comes down to the team. Everyone just wants to work for each other, and when you've got to put the work in, you put the work in.
Colin, was that as easy as it looked or not?
I don't think so. I think at times we put phases well together. Had to build phases and break Boroughmuir down to score the 5 tries that we scored. We defended well, nullified their attack, and probably left a couple of opportunities still out there on the pitch today.
Did you feel as though you gradually wore them down as the game just simply moved on?
I think so, yeah. Just before half time, I think 10 minutes before half time, scoring 2 quick back tries, kind of knocked the stuffing out of them. I thought we should have maybe kicked on a little bit better in the second half. We didn't probably get as much territory in the second half as we did in the first half, and we played a lot of a game in and around the halfway line as opposed to down deep in their 22.
Is that basically because you were that far in front, do you think?
I don't know if it was complacency or just a few errors and just people try to do things that's not within the game plan as well, you know, and forcing things. So it's things to work on. We're rusty. We've had 6 weeks off or whatever it is, so we can work on that on Tuesday and Thursday.
Amazingly, you could have scored a lot more had you converted the pressure more into points.
Absolutely, yeah. I said that in there. We've left a few scores on the pitch today, which is frustrating that we didn't take our more opportunities when we had the ball.
A much needed win though. 5 go down, as you well know. I mean, you're only 2 points off 5th before the start of play. Crazy league.
It's a crazy league, you know. It's what you would look forward to and look at the league table. You know, anybody can beat anybody. It's a yo-yo league. It's up downs, and I think it'll probably go right to the wire, which is great for the excitement of the league.